There are people here already. Back-to-back shows, Steve-O. Yeah, back-to-back shows. Wait, that might have been one too many backs. Shows right through to the end of the year, my friend. I'm gonna make a thing. We can cover this. We're gonna cover this, whether we're allowed to or not. And then if I find out that I wasn't allowed to, then I'll figure out something else. But for now, Gretchen, hi there. Whittling Dot, how you doing? Oh, we're gonna make a thing. Sean McGill's here. How is everybody doing? Been getting some stuff done, making something on this show. I know, right? Smart ass. 93 days for Sean. Right? So I don't remember. It's about that. It's something like that. Loco Moco. Peace to you as well, my friend. Bill Krulick's here. 93. The countdown, it continues for Sean McGill. Covered one of my electrical panels with a tool wall on a hinge. Works great and doesn't waste space. If it won't pass inspection, if I ever sell, I'll just remove it. Yeah, see, that's if I get in trouble. Dan Dixon. Yeah, I like how you're using your 2-liter cola bottle to hide your bed. No, my 2-liter cola bottle is my beverage. Started it last night, got it with my Domino's. Probably finish it tonight. Gotta stay hydrated, you know. Yeah, we'll make like a little faux cabinet over this thing. And then on the back of the door, if you weren't here last night, the cabinet, the inside of the door, I'm gonna put my drawing stuff. So my sketchbook and pencils and rulers and maybe Sharpies and stuff like that will hang on the inside of the door. Just messing with you. Whoa, don't make me mess with you. So that's the plan for the next couple of days on the show. Next couple of days in general, I got the planes have started their migration over to the new plane wall. Didn't get a ton done on it. Ran out of dowel. Ran out of 3/8 inch dowel, of all things. But the planes have started their migration. I'm going to have to pare down the plane collection a little bit, unfortunately. Or yeah, no, fortunately. It's time to sort of dial it back to what I actually want / need in terms of planes. So yeah, I'm leaving a gap for one that I still want. And then eventually it'll be the Type 6s, the Stanley Type 6s from 1888-ish down the left side, and then my Veritas ones down the right side. 3/8 inch. You have I know I could have made dowel, but really, is that how I want to spend my time? Making dowel for a plane wall, for floating shelves for a plane wall? No. Also, I had to fire a bunch of Douglas fir through a planer to make this thing that we're making, because I didn't really want to do that on the show. Like firing wood through a planer. Not exciting. Just a thought on covering the metal box. What if you incorporated a French rail where you could slide what covers it to one side or the other for easy access? Well, it'll be easy access. It's going to have a frame and panel door on the front of it. It's going to be one of these, but just shallow. So it's just going to look like one of these cabinets with a door on it. And then on the back of the door, it'll have my drawing stuff. And then inside it won't have a back on it, right? It'll be a faux cabinet without a back. So you open the door to the cabinet, and then there's the electrical panel there. And then on the back of the door is my drawing stuff. Saving space for a Rob Cosma 5.5. Nope. Saving space for a Veritas number 6. Goes right there. So then it'll go the Veritas 6, low angle jack, low angle smoother, DX60, apron plane, the little rosewood roundover plane is going to go down here. Then I'm going to move the little mini shelves that are over there on the other one down across the bottom for like Paul's little bronze planes and stuff like that. And then this side is going to be all eventually it'll be all hopefully type 6s, and then it'll be the 8, 6, 5.5, 4, 3. And then I'll figure out what to do with the middle section. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but the National Electric Code says there has to be 3 feet of working space in front of an electrical panel. Look at Mr. Code over here. What if, does an electrical panel have to be metal? Because it'll literally just be a wooden door instead of a metal door. It just won't look like it. Yeah, whatever. If I get in trouble, I get in trouble. I just got here. Vertical rail to the side of the box with a hinge is the most common method of hiding an electrical box I've seen. Vertical rail to the side of the box with a hinge. Oh, so like up there, and then just like it just open. That's basically what this is going to be. It's going to be like a 3-inch deep box that lives over that, and it's going to have a door. The actual door on the panel has to be metal. Well, I'll just leave this one then. You guys are wrecking my fun. I'm going to do it. Sold all my antique Stanley planes today. Heck of a deal. Haven't used them in almost 2 years. So going to someone who will. Right on. I hope you didn't sell a Type 6 number 3, because I would very much like to get my hands on one of those. I need a Type 6 number 4 and a Type 6 number 3. Does the NEC make people's mortgage payments? I don't know what the NEC is. I've seen electrical boxes covered, especially in basements where they had a kitchen or bar. I mean, people cover them all the time. I just, whether or not you're allowed to, allowed to. You did, and you're 1 and 2. What? Were they Type 6s? Because Paul, I'm going to be upset. You know that I'm trying to collect the Type 6s. You knew this. National Electric Code. I don't know. Who knows what the National Electric Code is? In any case, we're going to make this thing to cover this thing. We're going to start making a thing tonight. We'll see how far we get. Congrats on your sobriety, my dear friend. Thank you. Still going strong. So I knew, but I forgot because I only build tellies. Well, yeah, because it's muddled your brain. The Telecaster building has muddled your brain to the point where you do ridiculous things like get rid of planes that your friend Mike wants. Allowed but strongly encouraged to make it obvious and easy to access. Well, it'll be absolutely easy to access. Can you grope your way to it in the dark and get inside? Yes, you will absolutely be able to grope your way to it in the dark. Gretchen, thank you. The box door will, in fact, be awesome. It'll be exactly adequate for its purpose. I'm not planning on making anything awesome for this. So McGill's actually doing research. Thank you very much, my friend. It's permitted as long as it can be opened up enough to allow for the 1 meter, 3 feet of working space. Well, there isn't 3 feet of working space in front of the thing anyway. Like, I think I only have, I have 33 inches from the wall to my workbench. So I'm already breaking the law. So it'll be what it'll be. You come and get me, NEC. All right. Let's start cutting wood. I got a big piece of Douglas fir, a pretty big piece of Douglas fir that I think is going to be enough. I didn't measure because we don't do that here. I'm gonna right now, but let's figure out what we're doing here. We need I want to cover all of this mess. So that's about 3 feet. That's about a 3 foot side by 20. I can move that over if I need to. 22. About 3 foot by 2 foot box. Let's make an approximately 3 foot by 2 foot box. But like this, as deep as we can make it with this piece of wood. The piece of wood we're rocking is this piece of Douglas fir. It is 62 inches long. I'm probably going to need translators for my Australian friends and European friends. If anybody wants to put the metric up on 62 inches, just over 5 feet. It's about almost 8 inches wide. I don't need it to be that wide. Do like 3 inch. That's almost perfect. Like 3 feet by 2 feet. 2 3-inch strip. That's like a perfect board to make this box. And then we'll worry about the door stuff out of a different board. Already got the new, what? Already got new holders on the new board. Yes. Some. It's starting. 115.74. Okay. So let's get this thing bucked up into 2 foot by 3 foot by, I don't know, No, I don't want to waste wood, but I got a big situation. It's not a big situation, but I don't want this. So I give it 6 and a bit, 3-inch bits, 3 foot by 2 foot ish. Yeah. See what we got going on at the ends. Got a little bit of a sitch happening down here that I've cut off. And this end, a little crack happening. We'll make it 3 feet tall by as wide as I can get on the rest of this board. We go to the end of that crack and go 3 feet. Ish. That leaves us 23. Yeah. Lots of wood. That's lots of wood. All right. Let's start with that cut, I guess. Start with that cut. I have just skip planed this board. It's flat enough for our purposes, but I haven't done anything with the edges. So we'll take care of those in a minute. Make this cut. And another one down there. This is flat, straight enough edge probably for the crosscut sled. We'll see. It might kick a little bit, but don't come here to learn. Normally you would want to straighten that edge first. It's going to ride flat enough to make that first cut, and then after I do the edges, I will make it again. About like that. Okay, let's do some work. That's pretty secure. It might kick, but nope. Yeah, that was a good crack. That's why I didn't want that. Okay. Let's do an edge. Let's use a hand plane. Ooh. Come on. Oh, I hate this tripod so much. I'm going to buy a new tripod tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm buying a new tripod. I've had enough. I've had enough of the tripod. Just need to get one edge crisp enough to ride on the table saw fence. So that I can rip it into my strips. That'll do. Ow! I'm not going to do this side. Bye. How you guys doing? That'll be straight. No, it just needs to be flat enough to ride on the table saw fence. If Pinnell shows up, tell him I used a hand plane, would you? Yeah, it's not super flat, but flat enough. You guys saw that coming, didn't you? this edge. And this edge we'll do. Got 7 inches, so we'll do 3.5 inch depth ish on the cabinet. Yeah, let's cut them actually square first, then we'll rip them to width. We're making stuff on the show, you guys. Doing woodworking. Like, who even is this guy? Some asshole's still gonna complain. I got another one on last night's show. And another one. Who would even watch this for this long? Like, this is... Shut up. We'll get rid of this little bit. And then we'll see how wide our cabinet's going to be. This is a rough knot. Come on. About 3.5. Off this one. That one. There. And definitely this one. There. Okay. This one I want a push stick, please. Once I get small in here, push stick, please. I don't even know like what the number is, where you never should. Don't come here to learn. You go just for those first ones that I was doing without a push stick. You shouldn't do that. But I'd say once I get within about 6 inches, 5 is where I start reaching for a push stick.
still got a little bit of that. Go down to 3. There we go. And I'm just going to touch them one more time. There we go. There's our pieces. So we're gonna go. Oh, tomorrow is not quick enough for a new tripod. Yep. There we go, like this. Box. What did I miss? What am I missing? Doop, doop. What? Safety check. What's this making thing? Yeah, right? Is there any gum under the bench? No. Oh, here we go. You just keep scrolling back. People talking, having convos. I like it. Also noticing he painted the walls, but not the garage door, because I don't hate the color of the garage door. Actually, it's actually kind of a nice bluey gray. I don't hate it. I hated the seafoam green, but I didn't hate the sort of grayish, the bluey gray on the garage door. All right. Where we go. Oh, scrolling back. Now I'm going forward. It's funny when people comment on the lives. Most lives don't mean much afterwards. Every now and then, I'll just get somebody that's like, "This was stupid. Why would anybody watch this? It was like 3 hours long. Who watches that?" Or like, what time does the New Year's Eve lives? Well, probably the same time. I may move it to 6 from 5:45. Never allow your fingers to get within 6 inches of the blade. You do you. I don't like getting my fingers in between the blade and the fence once it's less than about a hand width. Surprised you're ripping without a riving knife. I found my riving knife when I was cleaning the shop, when I was doing the reno. I found it. I haven't put it back on yet. He uses stock footage when he's using his lathe. This looks AI generated. This is totally AI generated. I sold I sold my likeness to the AI people to help them develop new AI stuff, and that's what this is. I feel like they're doing a pretty good job. We love watching you, we really do, but are you going to make a vase to hide the fire extinguisher next? No, the fire extinguisher, it can live, it's fine. This is just big and ugly, and it's right in the middle of the shot that I want, and I told one guy it's about mates, not the money. Yeah, right? It's like, whoa. Who would watch this? It's like, well, when you're not a huge asshole, turns out that you end up making these things called friends. I know it's hard for some people to understand the concept of friendship. But, you know, it is what it is. If you were less of an asshole, you would have some too. And then maybe people would come hang out with you on the internet. Who knows? No hearing protection or dust mask, to each his own. Yeah. Because I want to, when I get a dust mask, I want one that's actually going to work, and therefore it's going to cost me $1,000. So. Dude, I was wearing my goggles. Oh, gotta change it to live chat. So I think I'm not gonna do fancy joinery
on the fake cabinet that's going over the electrical box. Because that, I mean, I do like doing things more than they should be or than they need to be, but not this time. That's why would you go and like cut dovetails on a thing that you might end up just taking down because the electrical police come after you or whatever. So I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna dowel the corners. I'm gonna dowel them together. No, yep, I am. I'm gonna screw them together. I'm gonna glue and screw it. And then once the glue's dry, I'm gonna replace the screws with dowels. Because even that's more than it needs to be, but I don't like screws. But screws make great clamps. So let's glue and screw the corners together. And maybe that'll be all we'll do for tonight. I don't really want to rip down a bunch more wood to start making the door for it. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll sand and finish some of the plain shelves. Because, by the way, basswood is a cool wood. It's super light and soft, but it looks like maple. I went to go, unfortunately, I didn't really feel like breaking down a huge slab of maple just to get some little shelves. So I went to the Home Depot, and I ain't paying Home Depot maple money. Because the one 4-inch wide board of maple was like $50. I'm like, nope. But they had basswood. Let me get a chunk of this stuff. If I have one somewhere. I know I have one still. I didn't use it all. It looks like maple, but it's super light, and you can put a thumbnail in it. Like, it's really soft, but less than half the price. And to hang planes on, sure. I think it's mainly used for like whittling. Isn't it like a hand carving kind of a wood? It's where I usually see basswood used, but I've never touched it. And it's interesting stuff. The Sparky police are going to get you, I know. I see a few smaller YouTube channels where the comments are insane, all about why, and it's just shop noise dovetail video. What? It's just shop noise dovetail video. Quiet hand tool woodworking. There's nothing wrong with that. Basswood boards or chunks. There's a 4-inch wide, 8-foot long chunk. Just on the shelf. I was like, that would be perfect. I'll just bucket up into plain shelves. And it'll go with my, but then of course, because I already have some maple ones, I was like, now I got to alternate them. So the only reason I got it was because I didn't have a shelf long enough for my number 8 over there. So I had to make a new shelf for my 8. And then, so now I got to make them matchy. So now there's basswood, maple, basswood, maple. Because I'm insane. It would have bothered me if I had not. If I'd just done one basswood shelf, because that's all I needed, it would have irritated me. Great for wood carving. That's what my understanding is, that when I usually see basswood used, it's like people making like hand carved birds and stuff. People in the comments are saying the stupidest stuff for such a simple video. Even if some of them had good intentions, they came out insane. Yeah. Well, and the ones that No, the ones that I hate, the comments that I hate are the ones that are just clearly just mean-spirited. Like if you're trying to leave constructive criticism for somebody and you just come off like an asshole, that's one thing. But when you're the only reason you started typing was to clearly to be an asshole. I will never understand people who just make that part of their identity. Why go through the world like that? That's just insane to me. But let's glue this thing together. And I'm just gonna screw it together. Screw it. I think I want the sides on the outside. So then the dowels will show on the sides. I like that better, I think. Just a couple little accent dots on the corners. If I do them on the top, like if I do it like this and put the dowels here, you're never going to see them. Whereas if I do it like this, put the dowels here, then you'll see them on the side of the thing. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Let's get you guys some kind of boost here. I need some kind of stand thing. I don't have a lot of stuff right now that I can just like chuck you guys up on to give you a lift. I don't know. How about a box of Starbond sending discs? Thanks, Starbond. So if we're going on the outside, then I don't really have enough room on the bench to do the glue up. Damn it. I need a wider bench. This is dumb. I don't know why I was expecting this thing to be smaller, even though like I measured the size and then I said the size out loud. Why didn't my head make the connection that like this is actually going to be a pretty big thing? I need a better strategy here. What are you making again? I'm making a big box. Looks way too big. I know, but it'll be, I measured. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Need some glue. Need some screws. Got some screws. And I'll just go like this. This is my outside. Let's actually like make them nice. We'll make them nice. We'll put them the same distance and everything in from the end and all this stuff. Go there. like a 1/2 inch in, 3/4 of an inch in from each side. That's too much. That much. That much in from each side. Yeah, that looks okay. Oh, Nimble! Scotty! Scotty! We'll just put a little dick right at those intersections. My friend Scotty made me this. Because I was saying, I'm just going to go over here and put a little dick. And so he made me a flamed maple dicker. Go, and we'll do a quick backside, just relieve those a little bit. That was the front side. We'll do both. There we go. All right. Let's screw this bad boy together. That. And like this. I wish I had one of those. Sometimes I wish I had one of those little corner dealies. Not very often, but it's the best plan of attack here.
I wish I would have made this smaller. You pre-drill it, and then I'll get some glue, back them out, get the glue in it. You're stupid. Sure. Yeah, we'll get it put together. I'll back them out, get the glue in, and then there's more than one way to skin a cat, or whatever they say. I don't know who says that. Like, that's a weird phrase. Don't you think? There's more than one way to skin a cat. Like, who's going around skinning cats? Somebody look up where that phrase came from. That seems weird to me. That screw sucks. Split it. Even pre-drilling it, I split it. Whatever. It's a cover for the stupid electrical box. Making this more than it needs to be. This is not a thing that's important. But there's something to be said for taking pride in your work and whatever, so. If I had a bigger workbench, this would be easier.
Stupid. Or another hand. Or more clamps. Like almost all my clamps are still at my parents' house. I even have one of those corner clamp dealies, I think. This way. Making a thing on the show tonight. And then let's put this up on the wall after we get it into a box and have a look at why this feels so big. I know that it, like I measured. Come on. New tripod tomorrow. Yeah. Perfect. Be like that. And then I'll cut out little notches for the conduit to come out the sides and put a door on it. Yeah, I like it. It is accurate and correct. Just yeah. Is accurate and correct. Oh, what's happening? Maybe make you a bigger bench. Yeah, maybe. So you pulled out the glue to show us you have some, then didn't use it. I'm gonna get the screws in, back them out, put the glue in, and then the screws will now follow back in where they needed to be. Then you don't have to worry about everything sliding around and stuff because the screws are going to reseat. Shut up. If you use corner clamps, they wouldn't slide around. It's true. I even have those like little corner like strappy ones with the corner bits on that I use for like picture framing and stuff. They're out at my parents' house. Get the glue in there. We'll back them up. We'll get the glue in them. When the glue's dry, probably tomorrow, like in between shows, I'll back those out and put in dowels. And then tomorrow night we'll make the frame and panel door for it. And then on New Year's Eve, we'll do hinges and get the door hung, and then make all the little like holdy things for my sketchbook and my pencils and my markers and my rulers and stuff for the inside of the door. That'll be fun. And then we'll put finish on it all. I like that plan. That's a good thing to end the year with. Yeah. Check for square? No. Once I get glue in it, I'll check it for square and make sure that it's setting square as the glue is drying. I mean, it'll be square enough because, I mean, when you make a frame and panel door and then you make the door fit into the thing. So it doesn't have to be exactly square as long as you can make the door equally not square. But as of right now, new tripod tomorrow. It'll absolutely need a little bit of pull in from this corner to this corner, just a titch. Oh, barely. No, barely. How are you attaching it to the wall? I'm going to put on some little blocks. I'm just going to cut some little blocks for the back corners to like sit in here with some screw holes in there, and I'll just screw those to the wall. Drop it a couple of times. That'll fix it. Yeah, sure. Might as well put some more cracks in it. I split one end, drill in the hole. But yeah, that'll be fine. Making an illegal box. And then add some more glue. That's right. And then we'll just dip it in epoxy and do the whole thing in epoxy. West Systems epoxy, so that it's really expensive. Also, sucks when I went to go look for the maple for my shelves. And didn't find it that in a price I wanted to pay for it. I also wanted to get a panel of 1/4-inch red oak for the door of this thing. There were 3 sheets, 3 1/4-inch sheets of red oak, and they were all absolute garbage. So the door panel, unfortunately, is going to be birch. Be careful, lots of cables behind. Yeah, it's a good point. I'm only going to screw into the drywall, though, theoretically. Because it doesn't need to be super well attached to the wall. It just needs to be attached to the wall. Like, I don't need to find a stud and go into the stud. I should, though, probably. No, put a drywall anchor in there. It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. There's, you guys are overly complicating. I'm the one that's supposed to overcomplicate things, okay? Here I am screwing the corner of things together. Bearded Viking, how are you, my friend? Come on, 2-inch screws won't hurt anything. I think we'll just go like these guys, like 1.5 inches. They'll go into the wall 3/4 of an inch. Where are you sourcing your materials from? The Douglas fir is from the big pile of Douglas fir that's sitting behind my house that I got a few years ago and stacked in a video with my boy here on the channel. Well, that would have been 2020 because it was his gym class that day. He was off school because of COVID, and we were homeschooling, and gym class that day was helping me stack lumber. That was a fun day, actually, going through all the wood that I got and sorting it and cutting it and organizing it and restacking it behind the house. It was good. So the Douglas fir is from that stack of stuff. And that'll be the frame of the frame and panel. The panel of the frame and panel is going to be 1/4-inch birch plywood from the Home Depot because I couldn't bring myself to pay money for the oak ones that they had because they were just shit. That's what this stuff is. I wanted to match. It's not going to match. It'll be what it'll be. And then the pull will be walnut, and we'll turn it on the lathe. Little walnut door pull, like this guy. Some alien tape. I don't know what alien tape is. It sounds good, though. Take the cover off the box. You should be able to tell which way the cables are coming in from the sides or the top or the bottom. I don't want to take this part off right now. But yeah, probably could. And yes, my box is magneted shut. Because when I took it off to paint it, I lost the little. It never was hinged. Like since I bought the house, my buddy put some like coat hanger like hinges in here, so it did hinge. But then I lost the coat hanger hinges. Check out Windsor Plywood. I frequently source wood from Windsor Plywood in Courtenay. I try not to buy wood from Windsor Plywood, Campbell River. I have unfortunately had to do that sometimes, but yeah, my main wood supplier, I would say most of the wood that's in my shop that I paid for came from Windsor Plywood, Courtney. I haven't experienced alien tape yet, but I do want to get a roll of it and see what it's like. Is it supposed to be super good? Sounds like it's supposed to be super good. I have myself a smokerette. We made a thing, kind of. We started making a thing. And cover that up. It is out of this world. Hey-oh! You know, if I cut those little corner pieces that are going to be used to attach it to the wall, and if I make sure those are square, they should hold the whole thing square when I glue it. And then I won't have to do too much adjusting, theoretically, right? It's supposed to be really strong so that you can hang shell and stuff with it, but easy to remove. Shelves, probably. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I could just starbomb the thing to the wall and just be done with it. And if I need to rip it off, I can rip it off. But I'm not going to do that. So in between shows, I will pull those screws out, get glue in there, put them back together. And then once it's dry, I'll pull the screws out and put dowels in. So that tomorrow night, when we go live, we can start on the door. And maybe put the holes, the notches, put the notches in the frame and put it up on the wall. Yeah. And then New Year's Eve, we'll hang the door and all the little hangy things for my drawing equipment and put finish on it. And maybe play some guitar. Haven't played guitar on the show for a while. God, who would watch this for over an hour? There's gonna be one. Did he say guitar time to hit the old dusty trail? Not tonight. Maybe on New Year's Eve after everybody else goes to bed and I'm sitting here by myself because I'm on the West Coast and my New Year's is going to be 3 o'clock in the morning for you guys. Are you going to paint the walls before you hang the door? What? The walls of what? Are you making fun of my wall painting? because that's not nice. It's not easy being green. Oh, you guys. You know, the wall painting would have been better if I could have afforded better paint. But I had to buy cheap paint because I don't get enough financial support. If I had more friends at patreon.com/woodenthings and stuff. Could have bought proper paint. Oh, it's still night crash. Got to get up and work tomorrow. Long trip from my bed to my office, almost 80 feet. Yeah, well, and you only have 1 foot. So it's like 160 feet. It looks a lot better than it did. I know. And I could only do 2 coats on the whole thing and 3 coats on some areas because my back just wouldn't let me do anymore. Looks cream to me. Do I need to adjust my TV? No, I mean it's antique white, but it was over. I painted it over seafoam green, and there is still a little bit of tint to it coming through, but makes me wonder if people go to a paint recycling place and ask for white. Maybe they can do white. Places that dump paint together to reuse. Maybe. It's fine. It's a hell of a lot better than it was. Shut up. You guys are supposed to be my friends. I'm just gonna, while we're hanging out, I never did anything to these new shelves, like in terms of like rounding over edges or sanding or anything. So let's do a little bit of that. Do a little bit of that. Okay, I can go down here for now. Because these are still just raw. We should give them a quick once over. With my crappy sander that I hate. smooth them out a little bit. You may notice some of my dowels have some green on them. It's because my dowels were a little bit smaller than they should have been. My 3/8 inch dowels were not 3/8 of an inch. Or my Forstner bit was not. My Forstner bit didn't match the dowel. Let's just put it that way. So I had to puff them out a little bit. Cool. If you made your own dowels, they would be whatever size you needed. This is true. This is true. Could have made my own dowels. Gotta run. Okay, bye, Gretchen. Contemplated buying a lathe chisel attachment that has a crook or angle that limits spindle size for making sockets and dowels. Sorby makes one and an old Turner in Madison, Wisconsin. A chisel attachment that has a crook that limits spindle size. Making dowels on a lathe sounds like not how I want to spend my time. If I had one of those dowel plates that you just like chuck it up in your drill and just like fire it through the thing and it cuts the dowel, okay, sure, make your own dowels. I'm not turning dowels to attach floating shelves to a wall. You got to draw the line somewhere, okay? Eventually you have to start drawing lines. One more. The 8. Stuff I do not need but looks cool. Yeah, okay. Temu sells those. Oh, right on. Beaver probably does too. Did Skeleton Crew get selected for viewing? Not yet. Because, unfortunately, December is for Christmas things. So, yeah. It will. Oh. Get it back on there. Get it back on there. Ah. Come on. Ah. Gross. Will you watch Grinch with Jim Carrey? We get my pick every time that I pick in December is the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas movie. It's only like 40 minutes long, so I don't even know if it's considered a movie. Good show. If you guys haven't seen the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas episode, highly recommend. Oh yeah, didn't you go to a craft market thing? How did that go? It went shit. Oh, okay. Tomorrow tripod is a for sure. Has the Kevin Bacon. Yeah, it's all about Kevin Bacon. almost have room for a dartboard. There's a dartboard in there. It's probably getting replaced, but there is a dartboard. Currently. Build a tripod. Matthias has plans for them. I would rather be stuck at a Bruno Mars concert than make something from plans produced by Matthias Wandel. Where are you going to pick up tripod? Photography store or online for a little more serious one? No, I'm going down to Phototech. I'm going to go down to the camera shop. It'll be a Joby. Unfortunately, it will probably be a Joby GorillaPod thing. It'll just be a better one than what I have, because the quality of them has been going downhill in the lower end one. Well, probably in the higher end ones too. The first GorillaPod, Joby GorillaPod that I bought was like $60, and it was awesome, and it lasted me like damn near a decade. This one is like the replacement, the new version of the one that I bought the first time, and it was like $80 or $90, and it is hot garbage. The little, take you guys out. These little adjustable dealies, ball joint things, they just don't have enough grippiness between themselves. And they didn't really right from the start, but they got worn down really, really quickly in terms of like their own intrinsic grippiness amongst themselves to like hold the position you set them in. If you were a real YouTube guy, you would make all kinds of contraptions for filming your videos, then make videos on making the contraptions. If I was a real YouTube guy, lots of things would be different. And I would hate myself. I like myself and who I am. And if I was a real YouTuber, I probably would not like that person. I like being able to make fun of those people. I mean, I guess I could still make fun of those people, even if I was one. But then I'd be a hypocrite. And I don't really like hypocrites. So, internal struggle. Like, if I was better at this, I would make more money, I would have more viewers and all the stuff, but I would like myself less. But maybe I wouldn't, because he'd be like, don't hate the player, hate the game. I don't know. Nah. I'll just keep on keeping on. That's why I don't like filming my work in my yeah. I have parts for a floor standing pole camera rig. Cement box loaded floor with casters inside using aluminum float extruder. I don't have room to move something like that around. That's why, like, ideally, a good one of these is the ideal situation for me, because it's small and compact and mobile, and I can put it different places and stuff. I just need a good one, and the good ones are like
Expensive. Sucks. But thanks to my friends at patreon.com/wooden things and stuff, I can afford a new tripod. YouTube woodworkers are only fun to watch until they start doing BetterHelp ads. And I don't hate the ads. I understand the advertising. What I don't like, you want to like, hey, now a quick word from our sponsor, BetterHelp, blah, 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 blah. That's clearly an ad. What I don't like is when there are ads and they are not being put forward as ads. When people are like, I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say any names. But guys like fucking Stumpy Nubs. That's ads, my friend. He's not making them sound like they are, though, is he? That's right. Keep doing you. We enjoy it. Yeah, well, I mean, there are gonna eventually people will pay me. Theoretically, eventually people will pay me to talk about their stuff. But I'll absolutely, every time that happens, I will tell you that these people are paying me to tell you about their stuff. I also use an app that identifies ads in videos and blocks them also. But how does it recognize if something's an ad when it's not explicitly an ad? Like, does it block? Will it actually let you watch Stumpy Nubs? Because the whole fucking thing is an ad for something. Like, does it just block the actual like ad breaks? Or will it block any, like if I say like right now, if I was to say like, man, I sure do like this glue. This is probably my favorite glue. And Titebond was paying me to say that, but I didn't say that Titebond was paying me to say that or whatever. Like how would your blocker thing know? The users go into videos and mark actual parts as ads or self-promotion. So like all of my videos where I say like, thanks Patreons or whatever, like, because that's an ad for patreon.com/wooden things and stuff. Did you see the ad in the middle, the ad for Patreon in the middle of the shop tour? There's nothing wrong with promoting a product if you genuinely endorse and approve of the product. I like when people recommend things to me to a certain extent. The fake endorsements for sure. But even if I do like what I'm telling you I like, if I'm being paid by that company, I will absolutely tell you. Because how can you know if I genuinely like the thing if they're paying me to tell you about it? If they're paying me to tell you about it, I am going to have a very difficult time telling you that this company sucks and their product is garbage. They've paid me to talk about it. So how am I going to say that? What was that? It just blocked what you said. I don't know. Why am I advertising for Type On right now? They ain't paying me. I don't even like their glue. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. As self-promotion, it gives you the option to skip or view it. Oh, okay. What about if I said, like, oh, when I'm using Starbond in one of my videos and I put across the bottom, like, thanks to Starbond for supporting my channel, link in the description to a discount code or whatever, and it's just text. What about those? Because those are that weird gray area, because they're not actually paying me to put those in or talk about them. They pay me when other people buy their glue using that link, but they're not paying for that placement. Is it ad? Or like the earbuds that I just got that I'm going to wear because I needed new earbuds and these guys sent them to me for free. I am going to tell the people that they sent them to me for free. Thanks very much, Litme or whatever they're fucking called. I don't know. Like, they're not paying me to talk about them, but I guess they technically are paying me because they paid me in earbuds. It's a weird thing. This reminds me of the branding in videos, watermarks and signs hanging behind their, yeah. But that's the thing, is like every time I use my bandsaw, well, no, you don't, because the sign's on the other side, but it says Raycon in big letters. Like, they're getting free advertising when I put their logo in my video because I'm using their saw. I was advertising for DeWalt tonight, apparently, because what are some YouTube woodworking channels you do like? I like Shannon's Lumber Industry Update. It's a podcast, but he does it on video on YouTube. That's one of my favorite ones. It's just him sitting there talking about wood. It's pretty boring. No, it's not boring at all. It's super nerdy, though. It's like wood nerdery at its best. I don't watch a ton of... I like Eric Curtis. Eric Curtis seems like a good dude, and he makes great stuff, and he seems like a genuinely good person. Who's doing it for the right reasons, and whatever. Mike loves Matthias one day. Mike hates both of those things. I don't hate Cosman, but he does come off as a salesman to me. Ishitani, yes, that's a good one. He came up last night. That's a great channel. He doesn't do as much as I would like for him to do, but he can do whatever he wants. He's also a fan of Matt Picciuto. Matt Picciuto? David Picciuto? I don't hate Dave. I was more a fan of him back in the Drunken Woodworker days when he was just like in his basement making stuff, and then he got all big and hoity-toity. He's still okay. I don't like a lot of what he does that's just purely money. Like, I bought the first five things I saw on Facebook, or what, those ones. No, and I like that he's doing his own thing now, the last little while. I don't like most of his projects though. John Malecki. No, I can't stand Malecki. I used to watch Izzy Swan a fair bit. I haven't for years. Same with what's the other guy down in the south there that's actually buddies with Izzy Swan? I think he got all into CNC, and so I stopped watching him. I don't even remember his name anymore. Jay Bates. Used to watch him a fair bit. Haven't for a long time. When people either when YouTubers change, as they will, they're on their own journey. They will naturally change and develop and things. But when they go in a direction that I don't care for or care about, I don't feel bad not watching them anymore. Or when they get unrelatable. So whether that's because they all of a sudden made it big and now they're in a 4-car garage warehouse size shop full of hundreds of thousands of dollars of tools and whatever, like whatever unrelatable means. I mean, there are woodworkers that are just naturally unrelatable to me. Some of them just the level of charisma is just shit. I can't stand listening to them talk. If you like the earbuds, what? If you like the earbuds, and if you don't like, you'll tell people that too. Yeah, I that was the deal that I made with them. I was like, if you send me these things and I don't like them, I'm going to tell people that I don't like them. They were like, okay. Graham Blackburn, Paul Sellers. I don't mind Paul Sellers. Rex Kruger, James Wright. I still will fairly frequently watch Carl Jacobson. He only turns, but I watch him sometimes. Jay plans on coming back with normal ass projects and sold his CNC. Did he now? He split the home stuff into a new channel a month ago too. I haven't watched him last time I watched him, he was moving again, I think. The last, you might know when I stopped watching him, the last thing that I watched, he was putting like a lift elevator type thing in his shop to go up and down to the office. That was around when I stopped. I used to watch a ton of Matt Cremona. I still watch once in a while, but he's been doing a home renovation for the last couple of years, and it's just not really my thing. When he finishes up with that and gets back to making standalone furniture, I probably will watch again, but I don't, it's not my thing, what he's doing right now. I liked a lot of the channels mentioned, but they all seem to morph into something that lost what attracted me in the first place. That's it. I mean, you change, they change, people go different directions. And like, I watched, what's his name? Steve, Mortals. Woodworking for Mere Motors. Steve, what's his face? When I first started, he was great. But once I moved past him, that sounds really egocentric, but like I got better than he was of value to me anymore. So I don't watch him anymore. It just like, getting to that point where advertisers are starting to assess you to see if they can get you to do videos for them. It's true. It's true. You've changed. I know, man. I know.
Everybody changes. Steve Ramsey, that's him. Everybody changes. It's just a matter of whether or not those changes are still enjoyable for you to watch the person. You know, if I all of a sudden decided that I was going to replace a bunch of my tools with a CNC and get into making CNC videos, probably a bunch of you wouldn't hang around, and that's fine. I don't have any plans on doing that, by the way. Frank Vucalo, a fine woodworking contributor, puts out a few videos a year. Worth it. Good to know. Frank Vucalo. Nothing wrong with, I mean, I watched April Wilkerson for a little while too. Then it always was trying to sell me stuff and I stopped watching. And there's no hard feelings. Like, I'm not angry at April for taking the money. Well, like, why? What right do I have to be angry for a YouTuber changing direction or like accepting sponsorships and then trying to make money? Like, it's I don't have any right to have any sort of expectation from people that are providing content on the internet for me to consume for free. I know April through Rockler, her head swelled when she started getting attention. Yeah, that's how it felt. That is how it felt. But I don't know that mine wouldn't. Like, if Laguna, hypothetically, Laguna sees that, like, they get a lot of play on the lathe here in the shop. I'm going to outfit that guy's shop with all Laguna stuff. He's going to become a Laguna ambassador, and we're going to pay him to talk about us. I'm sorry, guys. I will tell you right now, I probably will say yes. I probably will. I need to make a list and share it. Yeah, do that. Are you on the Reddit? Because you could put it there. You could put it, I don't know if you can put links on a post on my Facebook page. You could email me the list and then I could put it places. Like Tree Bangham. Tree Bangham. Sounds naughty. Tree Bangham. Only if you think that way, though. Hand tool only dude. Sweet. Bailey Woodworks is here. There's another guy that's sold out on the internet to big tool company. Or no. He's in the pocket of Big Wen. Okay, gonna go. All right, later, Paul. Have a good night, my friend. We're back at it again tomorrow. We'll keep making this cabinet. God, Blackbeard Forge is John Switzer personal channel started woodworking videos over the last 2 months. Okay.
I don't know most of the words that you just used. Blackbeard, Forge, John Switzer. I mean, I know all of those words. Small tool seller. Wen hasn't approached me yet. Oh. Damn it, Wen. I got some free earbuds the other day. And angle grinder carving discs. And I mean, I have a finishing sponsor. Scott provides me free finishing stuff in exchange for, because we're friends, but also because I talk about it and help him sell it. I get free CA glue. And in exchange, they give me a percentage of the sales that I make for them. They don't pay me to talk about it, but it pays for me to talk about it if people go and buy it because I talked about it and they use my stuff. Black Bear. John Switzer is his wood personal channel. Need to turn off spell check. Okay. Yeah, make a list. I would appreciate it if people would share their woodworking YouTube people that they like, and then we could all have access to those that list somehow. And you find some more people that are cool. Oh, glitched. Yeah, but like I said, I don't feel bad when I stop watching a woodworker that I used to watch all the time or whatever. Like I have no claim to their contents and whatever. Like they can do whatever they want to do, and I will. I'll come along or I won't. Affiliate codes are even worse, as you are enticed to talk good, as the more sold, the more you make. I mean, I guess, but I wouldn't. I mean, personally, I wouldn't do an affiliate situation with a product or company that I didn't actively endorse as a product. But I understand that that can be, because if you're paying me whether or not I talk about you or not, that's a better deal. But free earbuds, I started this whole thing to get free Raycon earbuds. They laughed at me, so screw them too. I don't remember the name of the company. They reached out, and it was perfect timing because my earbuds just crapped out like right before they contacted me. I like seeing creators get paid. It's a balance. Even big channels over 1 million subs need to do more than AdSense. I mean, depending on, especially if you have employees and stuff. Like if you have an editor and a social media person and like a camera person and like, yeah, you gotta make money to keep that machine going or whatever. If you remember back in the day, shopping at Future Shop versus Best Buy, one had commissioned salespeople versus one just had salaried salespeople. I don't remember. I feel like I always got ignored at either of those places. So I don't remember there being commissioned salespeople but
some extent, no. For the most part, I only talk about the good parts of the product. Sometimes I talk about the bad stuff and they don't call back. Well, yeah, I mean, fair enough. But like, that's the thing, is if somebody paid me to talk about their product, I would feel both beholden to them and to the people that I'm talking to be honest. So I probably would only talk about the good stuff. Like if these earbuds that these guys gave me, well, they're not paying me. They paid me with earbuds, which is not enough. But they gave me free earbuds. I told them, if you give me these and they suck, I will tell people. And they said, okay, that's fine. But hypothetically, they paid me to talk about them. If they sound like shit, but they're super comfy, I'm going to talk about how comfortable they are. Because I don't want to lie to the people that I'm talking to. So I probably won't even talk about how they sound. Like, I can hear music playing and they're super comfortable. You know, something like that. I don't know. I have yet to be in a situation where I have these moral dilemmas where, like, geez, I don't know if I can say this because bad relationships or whatever. Oh, the 756 alarm. My job pays me to talk good about them. I'm a sellout. I mean, your job just pays you to do spreadsheets, don't they? A perfectly square piece of wood. Hey. The topic of burning bridges on the Matt Shannon podcast was super. Oh, I don't remember that one. Was it recent? I think I listened to all of those too, but sorry, got to go to work tomorrow. All right, later. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Technically, they paid you in earbuds. It's true. I did a review for a Craftsman leaf blower and said how bad it was for grass. I've gotten more commission from that machine than any other. Knowing bad up front is good. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I mean, and anytime a company reaches out to me, I tell them straight out, first of all, my new deal is you have to send me more than one of whatever it is that you want. Whatever you want to send me, you have to send me more than one so that I can give one away. Rule number 2 is that I get to integrate it however I feel like integrating it. I'm not doing dedicated commercials for people where I stop the whatever I'm doing to talk about the thing. I get to integrate it however I want. And number 3 is I get to say however I feel about your product. And you don't get to get mad. And so far, a couple of companies have said, okay, here. Was that one of those fancy Stare-It? Yep. Stare-It, adjustable square. No, I didn't buy it with YouTube money. This was before I started making decent YouTube money. This was from market sales and stuff, this money. SawStop reaches out. Mike turns it down because they only send him one. Okay, there may be conditions that have to change depending on the company. Like, the types of stuff that people are wanting to send me, you can send me more than one of the $40 headphones. But Can I ask when brand deals started coming through? Well, the first two were my buddy Scott, who reached out with his finishing products. But that was just because he liked my videos and stuff, and he made this stuff, and he wanted me to try it. And then that became a thing. But at about the same time, Starbond reached out as glue sponsor. They just said, do you want to try our glue for free? And we'll give you a discount code and an affiliate link and whatever. And I was like, sure. And I want to say, well, you could look back at my channel and find out when that happened. It was probably in about 2019-ish. I was probably, I don't know, a couple thousand subscribers, but definitely not like, not the tens, not the, I'm like 16, so I'm still not like a big deal. But the last 10,000 subscribers tend to, I get more inquiries these days than I used to, for sure. SawStop are sending saws to UK creators. Damn it, SawStop. Probably bigger guys than me, though. I've changed policies quite a bit, but if products don't fit with my shop, I never promise any video. I make Amazon videos and other small YouTube channel. If a company came to me and I have bills and they gave me rules and conditions, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. If it's the only option, like early opportunity, sort of woodworking adjacent, ideally. Sure. Yeah. That's and everybody's gonna have different circumstances. If I did this for a living, like if I didn't have an actual job that made me the majority of my income, I don't know, it would probably be different. They just hit the UK market and some are half your numbers. Well, I want SawStop. They're based in Europe now, yeah. The parent company that also owns Festool, ITF, TTP. Usually they send 2 saws. What? To the little guy creators in the UK? Boo! Not like cabinet saws though, like real saws, or like the little contractory, like benchtopy ones. They're not sending $10,000 worth of saws to people, are they? They're sending like 2 cabinet saws to like a little guy YouTuber like me. Change my mailing address to Worcestershire, England. And then send them a quick message and be like, I heard a rumor. Blimey. I can't do it. I accents. Blimey. All I know is they just launched into UK market. I know at least 5 friends of mine that are creators that have had their Job Site Pro and Compact Saw. Yeah, so they're sending them the garbage ones anyway. Like, no, they're perfectly good saws. Don't know anyone who's had the cabinet yet, but it doesn't launch in the UK until May 2025. I didn't know that SawStop wasn't already over there. I bet what's-his-face gets one. Rag and Bone. Can't remember his actual name right now. Watch him once in a while. Not a lot. I bet he'll get one. They get the returns. When people send them back, they ship them off to the UK YouTubers. Keith Brown, that's him. They should give them, if they're giving them to little guys, they should give one to him. Matt at Badger Workshop has one. I don't know Badger Workshop. I have the cabinet, 3 horsepower. It's pretty nice. I imagine it would be. It's like, what, $6,000? I have no other cabinet saw to compare it to, though. Yeah. I bet it's nice. They had to remake the saw so it couldn't accept a dado stack. That makes sense. That makes total sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense that Europeans aren't allowed to use dado stacks, but does make sense that SawStop couldn't go there without having a saw that can't. Jack at Summary Builds Start Making Woodworking is getting one. I also made that up, and it's total lies. Oh, okay. You got me, though. It makes sense. UK has dado stacks. Really? I thought there was something about, I don't know. I'm going to stop talking. I mean, it's nice, but it's not like it's night and day compared to the tuned up Delta contractor saw I had before. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't. The Delta contractor saw versus a 3 horsepower SawStop is absolutely night and day. That's lies. Don't lie. Don't come here and lie. I believe you, but I also don't believe you. It would have to be a really well tuned up and really well taken care of contractor saw. I cannot picture it. I cannot picture it not being a night and day difference. Even at like a contractor saw versus like my rigid hybrid cabinet saw is a night and day difference. And this is no 3 horsepower SawStop. I'm just trying to give my opinion. I know it's funny. We're all friends here. This is weirder places that didn't allow dado stacks because of guard shrouds. Weirder places? That's mean. Super judgy, Matt. Maybe they think Wisconsin's weird. When was the last time you used a tuned up Delta contract? Yeah, you got me. You got me. All I know is that when I stepped, well, okay, granted, I stepped up from crappy master garbage contractor saw, but stepping up to the rigid cabinet, it's like a hybrid cabinet saw from any contractor saw that I've ever used was a night and day difference. And not just the Mastercraft piece of garbage one that I had before, but like any job site or contractor table saw that I'd ever used, this was a night and day improvement. Well, the power, sure, but I never really needed power anyway. Just wanted a saw that was safer, as I'm prone to silly mistakes. Yeah, don't make silly mistakes at a table saw. Yeah, I get that. Closing browser. On DatoStax, they aren't banned. You are free to buy one locally if you can find one, or otherwise import one. Otherwise, EU regulations require a specific stopping time for the blade after the saw is powered down. Because of the increased mass of the DatoStax, blah, 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 with the regulations. Okay. I thought you were going to bed. A cabinet saw is a contractor saw with a skirt. Well, sort of, but it's also the mass difference, like just the heft of it, and to keep it from shimmying stuff, just like the heft of it. It's like it. I am. Good night. Okay, night, buddy. Thanks for chiming in, though. I didn't realize that about the spin down time. You guys watch Workshop Junkies, South African. I do not know. You got lots of people that I don't know about. I don't spend a lot of time. Honestly, when you make YouTube, you don't spend a lot of time watching it. I don't know many people who make YouTube who spend a lot of time watching it. Too busy spending too much time making it. This wall and the French cleat wall would both be done already if I wasn't filming it. Guarantee you that. One more cigarette. We'll call it a night for tonight. And maybe before bed, I'll back these screws out and add some glue and drive the screws back in. I don't either, man. Just good at finding stuff. I have maybe 4 hours after work to wash dishes, laundry, and take care of the dogs. You got enough time to hang out here, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to spend more time on YouTube, I would go find more of those little guys. But when I was first into woodworking, I watched a lot more woodworking YouTubers than I do now. Yeah, me too. Because you were trying to learn stuff. Can only watch the same project so many times. How many different flip-top tables? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I should really do a flip-top table, shouldn't I? No. No, thank you. Yeah, there's only so many different ways to make a mortise and tenon, and so many different ways to make a box, and so many different, like, you gotta. I think once you get through the initial phase of your woodworking journey, or whatever it is that you're watching YouTube about, when you get through that initial phase, and you know, let's say, the bulk of the information that you need to know, at that point, you find the people that you like resonate with as people. As like you connect with them on more of a personal, like who that person is rather than what it is that they're doing kind of level. I find. And then you whittle it down to the people that for me, it's like the people that I could just see like hanging out with, like that we would get along as people. But also who make cool stuff. Doing dishes and laundry right now. Was playing fetch an hour ago. But also listening, because you can leave this playing in your pocket. I don't know. I used to say that, like, I watch YouTube people that that I could picture myself going to the bar and having beer with, but now I don't go to the bar and have beer, so I can't really say that anymore. But those are the kinds of people that I watch. Yeah, you say that, and somebody like April Klux comes along and destroys Norm. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know who April Klux is. Who's April Klux? At that point, the YouTubers you started watching have moved on from a garage to warehouse with 4x8 CNC machines and telehandlers. Yeah, yep. They'd pass you by. It's like you can't. That's part of like being able to relate to the people. You know, like I don't have any opinion on John Malecki as a person, because I don't know the dude, because I haven't watched enough of his stuff, because I can't relate to what it is that he's doing in the space that he's doing it with the people he's doing it with. I just cannot. I can't make that connection as a viewer viewee relationship. Just isn't there. She was a nobody, but she's getting big. Mostly a motivational what is life thing. Very, very find happiness. Oh, okay. Should get into that racket of positivity and daily affirmations and stuff. So much space and so many tools I'll never have. Yeah, right? But the same can be said. I mean, I do. It's more about how they. I don't know. It's a combination of things, because like Mark Spags, Wood Whisperer, has always, since I started watching him, had enormous shops that I could only ever dream of. But it was like him as a person felt like I could relate, and he was genuine, and like it was more of like an aspirational, like maybe one day I could get to the place where I have all those nice things. I don't know what it made me feel like. I was welcome there. They start making enough money to need an accountant, and the accountant tells them to spend money for the write-off people, and they end up buying stupid expensive I just want Michael J. White to fight Jake Paul. I don't care about any of that.
Just can't relate with it from that perspective. What? Oh, John, being a former pro football player, had the money to bankroll his business. Well, sure, yeah, but he was a shitty pro football player. I think he made like one NFL roster like one time, or like he was on like practice squads and shit. I mean, he still made a crap ton of money playing football. Don't get me wrong, but. I think that Pinnell and I looked it up one time. We like did some research into John Malecki's football career and like how much money he made playing football. Mark has always had normal sized tools though. Expensive Festool and Powermatic stuff. Yeah, that's true. But normal, yeah, like he's always he's getting a little unwieldy now. He's got like a Felder something or other planer now, and like I think he's got a 12-inch jointer now, doesn't he? Started out under my deck, now just moving into my new 1,400 square foot shop with 14-foot ceilings. Damn! Not a guy. I started out in this one-car garage, and I'm now finally rearranging this one-car garage. Oh, I have a final channel to bring up. It better be the last one. No. Maybe the best one, too. We have talked about him once, I think. RC on Mountain Shop Joiner Shop. What? RC on Mountain Shop Joiner Shop? That's a shit name for a YouTube channel. Expensive stuff, but normal still. Like I said, it's right at the edge of normal. Mark is getting to the point where it's like, I don't think a 12-inch jointer is a normal thing for people to have. I don't think like his Felder 20-inch planer or whatever it is like normal people equipment. But I agree with you in principle. I agree with you. He feels like a normal dude in his garage, even though he's now in a separate shop. But even when he was in like his garage in Colorado was a 4-car garage. But it felt like a guy in his garage with normal woodworking tools. Mountaintop Joiner Shop. Okay, that's a little better. Just a normal dude in his fire station. Just normal dude in his fire station that he purchased. Like 4-bay fire station. That I believe he's starting a school in, probably, or something. He's starting next year. He's starting to bring people in and doing classes. It feels like he's going full on school type situation, but I mean, he's always had a school. It's just been a digital online school. Mark plays WoW. Mark plays WoW. Oh, WoW, like the World of Warcraft? Can't say a bad thing about him. He did play Alliance, but I'll forgive him because he said he played Horde side too. I don't know. I'm just gonna give you one of these. I think he's due for a move soon. I don't know. It feels like he should probably be settled at this point. He bought a fire station to. I think he's probably there for a while now. But I understand the sentiment. Based on his history, he is probably due for a move soon. Orcs versus humans. Okie doke. I never did the WoW. Do a guest. Do a guest. That's a sentence. If it had a punctuation mark at the end, it would be a sentence. Don't know what it means. Yeah, Mark did seem to move a lot. He did move a lot. It seemed like he moved more than he did, though. Like, the started small shop I miss the most is Jimmy DeResta's New York City basement shop. I've never been a DeResta guy. I've watched a couple of his things over the years, but Andrew, pretty quick. Not sure that's a discussion for this particular show. The basement shop was something. Like I said, I don't know. I've never really DeRested. He seems like a decent enough dude. I think I've watched Mark move shops 5 times. Well, yeah, but really, that's also. I mean, he started in 2007, so that's like 18 years, 5 times. That's a lot, but it felt like you're right. I like DeResta, but only a few videos are really amazing to me. A few tool chests and rolling shop carts from him are my favorite. Like I said, I think I've only seen a couple of his things that have popped up and looked interesting, and I watched them, and he seems okay. Okay, SOS, man. Don't know what that means either. Did I miss something? I have no keyboard and I wasn't trying to be perfect. No, I'm just talking about like the subject matter. Not about the composition of the sentence. Why have none of us brought up the OG Norm Abram? Because I was never, Norm stopped making videos before I started making things out of wood. And I never, a lot of people grew up on New Yankee Workshop and that was their inspiration and blah, 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 blah. That's not how Norm Abram for a lot of people is like Mark Spagnolo for me. I got into woodworking and my norm was Mark. Also struggling with the booze myself. That's why I'm here. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you. We just don't drink. That's the show has gone away from drinking.
And we can talk about drinking and not drinking if you want. I'm happy to share perspective and things. Like, this is about being together and supportive and community and caring about each other. So less flannel, more tattoos. It's true. If Woodwork Journey gets a saw stop, I might cry a little. Guy is in pain with fibromyalgia and trying to make videos. Doesn't have any money. Tried to cobble a few table saws and failed last year. Woodwork Journey. Oh, is he a UK guy that we're hoping is one of the guys that gets a saw stop? That'd be great. Let me say something. Or you say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want, but if it gets weird, just don't get weird. We can all be together and happy and supportive of each other without being weird. I mean, you can be weird, just be weird in a cool way. With a beard like yours. Hey, I like this guy already. I don't know. I don't like every bearded guy. But people think, I don't know why people think that all bearded guys are like tight. Like we go around like you know, like the bikers, they all give each other like a little thing. Like bearded, actually some bearded guys do that. They look at you like you're supposed to acknowledge each other. And I'm like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm just not like, maybe I'm not beardy enough, like culture wise or something. Because like sometimes you'll just meet eyes with a beard guy and like they want it's weird. They like, it feels like they want you to like acknowledge each other or something. I'm like, yes, I can acknowledge that we both have beards, but it's not like, yo, bruh, like, yeah, beards or something. Like, yeah, go team beard. I don't know. Bikers or Jeep folks. Do Jeep people have one of those too? Andrew is setting out to get a master's in engineering. Wow, that a guy. You can make bridges and shit? What kind of engineering are you gonna do? Mike the Great, is it secret? Is it safe? Nah. And then I die fighting a Balrog, and then I come back as Mike the White. The biker thing is more of a ride safe kind of thing. Oh, I thought it was like go team. Because most of us would stop for any biker broken down. I would assume so. Like beard oil guys. Those guys are weird. Guys who use beard oil. Those are the weird ones. They want to like, you see them and they want to know if you're a beard oil guy too, because that's like team beard oil. And there's some kind of like secret cabal of like in The Simpsons, they did that. Is the stone cutters? They had the secret cabal, and those are like the beard oil guys have one of those. I think I want to be one of the first on Mars. Oh shit, man! Aren't they already picking those people? I thought they were already like going through the process of like, is that a possibility? Like, are you like at that level? What are you engineer that they need on Mars? You know what they need? They need like food engineers. They need people who can make food out of like very small things that they can bring with them. Like seeds. Like, very small things that they could make food out of. If only we had an engineer who could figure out how to make food out of very small things. Hey, I've used beard oils. You can join the team. Like, you can be in the cabal. Tongue oil, beard oil. I have an idea. Oh no, this is already starting badly. You can come up with your own line of tongue beard oil blend and make stacks. I'd team up with Scotty. I will team up with Scotty and we will create the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff beard tongue oil. I like this. Then I'd have to put shit in my beard for marketing purposes, and I don't want. But if it was like custom wax, custom liquid wax, you could comb in custom liquid wax and it'd be like, yeah. Tongue oil. Oh, hey-oh. Radicast Woodsy Blend Beard Oil. Pure walnut oil. I like it. Wiring it up, plumbing, etc. Wiring, I missed something. Infrastructure. Oh, wiring and things on Mars probably going to be important for growing food out of very small things. I'll take 6. I'd team up with Scott. We'll make some beard oil wax. Pretty sure it's make sure it's organic. No, GMO beard oil. GMO extra gluten. Yes. High fructose, extra glutenized GMO beard oil wax. I like it. This is going places. This is going places. Sorry, wrong room. I mean, yeah. Old Fort beard oil. I don't know what that's referencing. I like the extra GMO, extra high fructose, extra gluten. Beard wax. Made by giant Australian killer bees. Darbin Orvar has a line of waxes she makes, and apparently they do crazy well for her. Sweet. Canadian beard butter. Yeah. With MSG. Extra MSG also. I got to talk to Scott and get him to add all of the things that are supposedly bad for you. Get him to put them in there. Polysaturated, extra gluten, high fructose
GMO beard wax. I like it. Professor of philosophy won't leave me alone. I am a fairly special one. Cool. If it's just weakness if you can't carbohydralize the sugars. That's a fun word. Carbohydralize. I'm a carbohydralized all over the. Just learned that Radagast sent the Eagles to free Gandalf from Saruman's tower. You just learned that? What kind of fan are you? Just learned that. Who did you think sent them? Oh, you thought he whispered it to the moth and then the moth went and got the Eagles. The movies they don't say show. It's true. You haven't read them completely? Matt. For shame. For shame. It's fine. It's fine. You should finish them a couple of times. Oh, we're pushing up on 3 hours. I think we may be wrapping it up. I got to get some glue in these guys. So, in case you weren't around, there were a few of you came late. I don't know how late, but we're making this over the next couple of days. This guy is going up here over this like that with a door on it, and then the inside of the door is gonna have all of my drawing stuff, so my sketchbook and pencils and probably a couple of rulers and some microns and maybe the Sharpies, and it's gonna be like my drawing cabinet. It's not gonna have a back on it. I can't see. Is that a shop stool? You don't make me punch you in the throat. Shop stool is right there. Right there. It's almost done. Almost done. Let that wise head rest. I appreciate it, my friend. I'm gonna go for I'm gonna get some glue in these joints, and then I'm going to bed. Then in the morning, I'm gonna take the screws out, replace them with dowels, and then tomorrow night we'll make the door. At least start making the door. Brass hinges. Yes, brass hinges are going to be right over here. I got the hinges for it right here. Go with fixed pin 2" by 1 1/8 butt hinges. Frame and panel door. We'll do tomorrow night. And then on New Year's Eve, we will get it finished. Whatever's left, hopefully. End the year with a completed project made here live on the show. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. We will see you, whoever's here, tomorrow night. And then we'll see you on New Year's Eve.
Bye. It's a very anticlimactic way to go, but it is what it is. Yep. Quick, some glue, and then off to bed. Bye for now. Thanks for coming.